Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us and watching this demo. I'm Heather Storm, Program Manager of Recruitment and Engagement, and I'm joined by Karen Jacobs from our Liaison Partners. Today, Karen is going to walk us through our new CASPA Mobile First application that will be launching in April for the 26-27 cycle. So Karen, I'm going to send it over to you to go ahead and get started.
Thanks, Heather. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. As Heather said, I'm Karen Jacobs. I'm the VP for Account Management at Liaison, and I'm the Account Manager for CASPA. So I work very closely with Heather and the rest of the PAEA team to make sure that we've got an application that works for students and schools, programs, advisors within the PA profession. So we're really excited because we have a new user experience for the application. I want to stress that all of the content is the same. We've got a couple of new things, but no functionality has been lost with this. But what we've designed is a mechanism by which it should be a lot easier for students to be able to navigate. There's some nice prompts here. As Heather mentioned, it's mobile first, which means that regardless of the device that you're using, it's going to render beautifully on it. So we know that a lot of folks do a lot of their work maybe on a mobile device, a tablet, something like that. So we want to make sure that everyone's got a really good experience. So what you're looking at right now is the home page, is where you would log into this application. If you're brand new to it, you see there's a create an account button right here. So you can go through and very, very quickly and easily be able to create an account. There's a little bit of a difference here on account creation. Previously, it would ask you to create a user ID. And here we're just going to be asking you for your email. So if you've used an email previously, it'll recognize you and let you go through and use that particular email. Same thing at the bottom here as it was in the previous iterations, where you have direct access to the Help Center, the CASPA program directory, all of that in there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and log in using my own test student account. Gonna click that sign in. So like I've already got this
And
account
Karen,
created here. Yes.
if I can jump in here, when you, at the end of this cycle, when you, for applicants and then for advisors, when you talk to your applicants, I know for a lot of us, we exclusively used our usernames. And so maybe weren't sure what email account that our username was associated with. So just at the end of the cycle, make sure that you're aware of what email you're getting your notifications to and things like that, so that when you log in the next cycle, you know that that's the email that you need to sign into. Or you can always like request an email to that account so that you know if you've just exclusively been using that username.
Great. Thanks, Heather. You see that I'm in a test environment across the top here. It says this is a testing environment. So this will look the same in the actual live environment, but because the application isn't open yet, we're doing this in the test environment. But rest assured, all the information I'm showing you here is going to be the same. For those of you who are familiar with the CASPA application, you'll see these 4 quadrants here, so that should look very familiar. I think the biggest change here is just some of the navigation. We're trying to make things a bit more intuitive, make sure that you have a good way of being able to flow easily through the application itself. I want you to take a look at the navigation on the left-hand side here. This will always help you to get back to any of the parts of the application. So the home here's personal information, academic history, again, all of that is here. So whenever in doubt, if you just come over here to the left-hand navigation, you'll be able to get to any part of the application that you want. There's also an application status bar that you see across the top here. And this tells you what your application status is within CASPA. So for example, if you are in progress, it means you have put your program in your shopping cart, but have not yet submitted it to a program or programs. When you earn a received status, it means you've completed the application, all of the sections, paid the application fee, but we have not yet received all of your official transcripts or at least 2 letters of recommendation. When you've earned complete status, that means that application submitted and paid for, all official transcripts received, and at least 2 letters of recommendation received. And then when you earn verified status, it means those GPAs have been calculated for you at that point. So this will kind of give you that little bird's eye view of being able to see your application status within CASPA here. The other thing that's a little bit different, and in addition to the navigation on the left-hand side, is the statuses. We've kind of broken these out here. We always want to make sure that you have a good idea as to what the status is of your academic records or your transcripts, whether they've arrived or not, your letters of recommendation, whether they're here or not, and then any official test scores if you've done that. So those statuses are always going to be here right away. The other thing that I wanted to point out too is that we're trying to be a little more conversational in tone with this application again, just to make this easier. And so there's a lot of prompts here. What's next? It's asking you, have you added all the programs so that you can say, well, maybe I haven't added all my programs yet. Let me go to that program page to see all the different programs that are available for me to select. You do have a filter here on the side. Before you had to open up the filter here, it's going to be right there for you so that you can have a bunch of different searches to be able to find the programs that you like. So again, just trying to make this a bit easier for you as we go through that process. It'll also acknowledge, in this case, I've got two programs that are in my shopping cart, and it's saying you've got two programs that are ready. Make sure that you double check that so that you don't miss a deadline. That's called out in a couple of places right here. You also have this My Programs up here. So again, we're trying to identify things in different parts of the application because your eyes move to different parts of the application as well. So again, trying to give you those little cues in different places to ensure that everything gets completed. Just as in the old version, there's a chat feature. So let me invoke that. It's in this bottom right-hand corner. The chat feature is this is Cassie, our virtual assistant. It's a natural language processor. So there's been some enhancements here too, where you can just use natural language to make a request, and Cassie will be able to pull that information from Help Center and other sources for you as well. We do find that this is a really popular way for students to get their information. And at any time, you can always ask for a person to jump into this chat if you don't feel like you're getting what you need with this. The other thing over here, again, in this navigation, this little question mark, that takes you to the Help Center. And the Help Center is going to give you all the information that you need about the application, each section of it. And then you're always able to click this Contact Us for support if you'd prefer to email or talk to someone. So we always want to make sure that students are well supported throughout this process. Let me go back over here. So let's just talk through a little bit the different sections of the application. Again, it really hasn't changed substantively, but it's got this same concept of this little the circle with as you complete each section, you earn a green bar on there, so it tells you how many sections you've completed. That's remained the same, but there's a couple of things that are slightly different here. So I want to go here to this other information section, and in the other information section is where you are going to find, let me scroll down here, both a life experiences essay and a situational decision-making essay. These are optional, but this is something that is new in the application. Again, it is not something that's required, but just letting folks know that that schools may make use of some of these if students are so inclined to complete these particular essays. The required essay still resides within this supporting information section. We go here, that's the personal statement. Please explain why you're interested in being a PA. So every student's going to complete this, but then there's those other options if maybe there's some additional information that you would like to provide in those other two, life experience or situational judgment essays, that you would be able to do that there. And again, I think you'll come to learn that there'll be certain ways that you feel comfortable navigating through it. I tend to go over here to the left-hand side and navigate through here. So let me jump over to academic history. I think most of the things in personal information, you're providing your name, your birth information, all of that is fairly standard. If we go over here to colleges attended, again, we're trying to be more conversational. So it's telling you on the side, now that you've entered your colleges, it's time to process your transcripts or order your transcripts. And so they give you a little link here so that you can just order those right. Gives you that guidance here. This is a little bit different. It's giving you a little bit more information about how you can determine whether or not the school that you've attended or are attending participates in the electronic transmission of transcripts. So if you say, yes, LaSalle does participate in that, and they participate in the National Clearinghouse, then we give you that information here, and then a direct link so that you can go and purchase that transcript and have it brought back right over into the application. Transcript entry. Again, it's going to prompt you along as you go. We also made some enhancements to the way that you put your coursework in, providing all of the information right on screen. Before, there were other places that you needed to go to say whether or not the course was a lab or an honors course or a repeated course. Now we have it right there. So as soon as you finish putting information in about a particular course, you can identify whether that course has a lab or if it's honors or if it's an AP course, so that you don't have to do that at the end of the process. Back over here. Under the evaluation section, this is where you're going to identify the individuals who you want to write letters of recommendation for you. I've got 2 people here. As you know, in CASPA, 2 letters of recommendation are required. You can do up to 5. And you can identify whether or not you're finished at adding evaluators or not. And just like in the other system, as soon as you do this, these individuals will get an invitation to complete that letter of recommendation for you in the recommender portal that's attached to the CASPA application. So once they do that, again, you'll be able to see over here in that evaluations section whether or not these individuals have completed. It says this was requested. Once they agree to do it, you'll see that status change. So you'll be able to follow that through just like you were able to follow through the previous time. You know, there was a question before related to the personal statement and the character count on this. The character count we have here is 5,300. It should match the same character count that is used in the AMCAS application as well. Heather, were there any other things specifically in these core sections of the application that you wanted us to emphasize?
I think the one thing, the character count, I know the character count also in the experience section increased a bit. And then is that any different for adding experiences? Not the other essays, but actual,
Oh, I know. Yes, over here.
yep, and supporting information. Does that look different?
So we're providing you with some additional prompts here to make sure that you have a really good idea as to what the different categories are. We know how important this is to schools, and we know how important it is for students to be able to categorize correctly the experiences that we've had. So we've got that information. We've got that information listed here. When a student wants to add an experience type, again, we're taking them through. This is healthcare experience, and just moving them through each of these parts of the process. We do, if you have an experience that is in progress, when you submit your application, you would be able to go back once you've completed that and update that experience that was in progress. So I know that's another nice feature that we've provided here. So the core components here, personal information, academic history, and supporting information, as you know, these are the things that you do a single time. All the programs get them. And then you come into the program itself. And the program itself will tell you all the different things that you need to do for that particular program. So here we've got a test program here, and you'll be able to see whatever custom questions they might have, if there are any requirements for documents, and if they have prerequisites, you're able to go through and identify the prerequisites that you believe meet these particular requirements. Just like it did in the previous instance, it'll take you back to where you've data entered your coursework so that you can do that prerequisite matching here. Again, just stressing that lots of support is available through the chat, through the help center, through email or calling our folks on the customer support line. We want to make sure that students are well supported, advisors are well supported too. They're always welcome to call and ask any questions that help you better understand how to navigate this application. I think we've got all the sections of it. Again, this is more visually different. And again, having more prompts that move you through the process, little continue button in the bottom right, just kind of moving you through each one of these. But we've got some good feedback on folks who say, yes, there's lots of good visual prompts here. It's more conversational in tone. The questions, are you ready? Did you submit? That's helpful as well.
That's what I was gonna add as well, that just to note that aside from, the normal enhancements that we might do, like the character count increase or the the CASPA committee, looking and adding the essay, which is similar to what they did when they added the life experiences essays, what we would consider an enhancement, not really like a major change. These are all like cosmetic, I guess. It's look and feel. It's designed to increase or enhance the user experience for the applicant. But all of the information that is being asked for the applicant to submit, or for the letter author to submit, or the school to submit on the transcript, that's all the same. No different information is being requested. No, we haven't changed the questions. None of that is different. This is just it's user experience, making it more user friendly, mobile friendly. What I recommend, I know we all recommend, is when the cycle closes and then opens again for the new cycle, that everybody go in, advisors go in and make a test application and go through and test this out. And then obviously applicants will go in and make their applications as well. So thank you, Karen, for going through this for everybody. And then obviously anybody can feel free to send questions to us. And then when we post the video, we'll post with all of the helplines and email addresses and everything for anyone to send questions as well.
Definitely. Please reach out to us if you ever have questions. We always want to make sure everyone's very well supported through this process.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care.